You want to stay on basketball?
I think it'd be silly not to mention Paul George.
Oh yeah.
To the Thunder. Like, I mean, that's besides CP, that's the biggest deal of the summer, and probably potentially might be a bigger deal. Indiana didn't get back a whole lot for that trade, in my opinion. What do you think?
Oladipo and Sabonis?
Yeah.
That's it, or were there some draft picks too?
I think that's it, because I think Oladipo's contract and Paul George's contract were really close. How do you think Paul George and Westbrook are going to play together? Think that's a winning combination, or is it just going to be a train wreck?
It's a winning combination, because I think Paul George is not like at least to me, he hasn't shown anything of him being like a selfish player, like he cares about getting his.
Absolutely not, yeah.
I haven't seen any or heard any rumors, you know. A lot of times our thoughts are dictated off of what we hear off of ESPN or from what we hear from our friends, but through those main channels, I've never heard any negative things about Paul George.
He seems like a team guy.
Yeah.
You know, and he seems like a good guy off the court. You know, a good teammate.
Except his catfishing incidents, and supposedly he got a couple strippers pregnant, right?
Apparently.
Apparently off the court he has some issues as far as
well, dealing with that. But I mean, like his teammate, like he hasn't been arrested or anything.
On the court, so, no problem.
On the court he's money. You know, I think his game will work well with Westbrook's. For the most part, I like the move for them, and then just to see what they can do with that moving forward, you know?
Yeah.
Because they have to build a team to convince Westbrook to stay there a long time. I know he signed a contract or whatever, but I think he has some sort of opt-out at some point. So you have to keep building, because this year it was clear it was Westbrook and a bunch of other guys. So they have to do something. This was the bold move. It may work, it may blow up in their face, but at least they're showing him that they're willing to make moves to make the team better. And I think that's important. I think that's what a lot of NBA stars they want, is they want their management, they want their organization to make solid moves to prove to them, we're trying to win, we want to get you in the best position to succeed. And I think that's important.
Yeah, he's definitely a step in the right direction.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't necessarily make him a title contender. Maybe they're close to the 4th, 5th seed. Maybe, if this combo gels, you know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun year next year.
I was looking at my notes down here, guys, and I just looked at Taj Gibson goes to the Timberwolves, and I just thought, I was like, is this guy Thibodeau trying to recreate the Bulls in Minnesota?
Yeah.
That's what it seems like, right?
Seems like it.
You got Jimmy Butler, you got Taj Gibson.
Yeah.
You already know who's up next. I'll give you a hint. He plays in New York City.
No, I'm not going to go for him.
That'd be interesting, though.
I mean, they might, but I can't see it.
Moving on, Manny Pacquiao fight. We'll talk a little bit about that fight real quick.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I didn't watch the whole fight. I saw some of it earlier today. From what I saw, it was a pretty close fight. I know there's a lot of controversy about the decision.
Yeah.
But I think internally, that's probably my problem with boxing to begin with, and why I can't really fully commit to getting into the sport is because there's always some controversy with judging, and then to put together these fights, there's so much negotiation and so much money involved, where it just becomes, are we gonna see this fight? Are we not gonna see this fight? And you have to wait years in some cases, you know? But you're more of a boxing guy than I am, so what do you think about the fight?
The thing with me in boxing is I'm not really that big into boxing. Like, honestly, like I was always familiar with Mike Tyson because he was that dude when we were coming up. But then Iron Mike, you know, and that's a whole nother story in itself that, you know, one day maybe we can get Mike Tyson as a guest on our show, you know, and I think we'll have some dope conversations with Mike Tyson, you know.
Talking about life of Mike Tyson would be awesome.
Yeah, most definitely. But besides Mike Tyson, I was never into boxing like that. Then I got into boxing a little bit more with Manny Pacquiao because one of my friends at the restaurant that I worked at, I'm not going to say their name because I don't want to give them free promo.
You got to pay for advertising around here.
Exactly. Yeah, so I started more closely following boxing because of Manny Pacquiao, and then the last few years has been like Pacquiao Mayweather. That was like the big thing for like 2 to 3 years.
That was the mega fight everybody wanted to see.
And they did a really good job of building that fight up because it took forever for it to finally happen with so many like ups and downs and them talking back and forth.
Well, and there's so many moving parts, and it was a struggle to get that fight to happen. And then it happened. I don't know if we want to go into that, man. Was it the fight that you thought it would be? Did I think it happened the way I thought it was going to happen? Yeah. It was a Mayweather fight. Was I entertained by it? No. It was a Mayweather fight. I mean, that's the way he fights.
Yep.
You know, he fights to win. and he wins all the time because of the way he fights.
Yeah.
It's genius. It's just not the most entertaining for me personally. You know, but I get why he fights the way he fights, and the results are there.
Yeah.
He wins. So, I don't know what people are expecting. They're expecting a slugfest with Mayweather? You're not gonna get that. He's too smart of a boxer to do that.
Yep. I agree. Like he said, his fights may be boring, but he's a wizard in that ring, a defensive wizard, boxing wizard in general right now.
Yeah.
But last thing I'll say on the Pacquiao Jeff Horn fight that just took place yesterday, when I watched it, I felt like Pacquiao won. I felt like Jeff Horn had some good rounds, but I feel like whoever's holding that belt, you have to take that belt from him convincingly, either knock him out or
Beat him down.
Beat him down.
You know, and get that.
But Pacquiao didn't get a beat down. Jeff Horn's face was more beat down than Pacquiao's. Pacquiao's was from
Headbutts.
yeah, 2 headbutts. You know what I'm saying? So not even legal hits. So it's like that's just my thoughts. I feel like Pacquiao. I think he won.
Well, they'll probably do a rematch. You know, hopefully both camps will switch up the strategies and have a better fight. To be honest, what I saw wasn't that entertaining by the fight. The judges made a decision. That's the way boxing works, you know?
Yeah.
You can't leave it in the hands of the judges. That's what they always tell you, you know, especially in boxing, MMA, those type of sports where,
It's not regulated.
yeah,
It's not a very regulated sport.
well, especially boxing.
Yeah.
Those judges can,
Yeah, someone's in their pocket. Yeah.
potentially, I'm not gonna call conspiracy theory, that's not my thing.
I knew
but
he was gonna say that.
potentially, yeah. You know,
Yeah.
he may have got a little home cooking because they were in Australia. And he's from Australia, apparently. So he might have got a little home cooking on that.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll see what happens.
I'm swagging, I'm swagging, I'm swagging.